Hello, hello, and welcome to the Video Game Valley. It's a beautiful day today, a perfect 72 degrees out. We're playing Cliffhanger on the Sega CD. That's right, Cliffhanger on Sega's CD system. Cliffhanger on the Sega CD. The Sega CD was an attachment for the Sega Genesis that would allow you to play CD-based games. The Sega CD. Cliffhanger. I have not seen the film that this is based on. I did not watch the movie Cliffhanger. But I got the game. The cover, it says Cliffhanger. It's got Sylvester Stallone hanging from a cliff. You know, that's all you need to know. There's a guy, and he's hanging from a cliff. In case that isn't all you need to know, there is some more information on the back of the box. It says, Cliffhanger, 20 minutes of awesome digitized film clips taken directly from the movie. CD quality audio featuring incredibly cool selected cuts from the movie soundtrack. Radical 3D snowboarding levels feature real-time scaling. You won't need to go to the slopes this year. Just pop in your Cliffhanger Sega CD and go for the ride of your life. Dodge treacherous rock slides while scaling while scaling sheer cliff walls and crossing over chasms along an icy rope. Okay, Cliffhanger challenges you to brave thundering avalanches, icy cliffs, and the head-spinning heights of the Rocky Mountains while combating a vicious group of well-armed, extremely dangerous fugitives. Based on the white-knuckle action-adventure movie starring Sylvester Stallone, you'll hang on for dear life through 7 exciting levels requiring all your strength and skill just to survive. Experience the excitement of incredible hand-to-hand action and armed combat. The adventure isn't over until you find $100 million in stolen loot, defeat the fugitives, and reunite with your friends. It's about friendship. It's a movie about friendship. It's about finding friends. Let me take a sip of my green tea here. Green tea with jasmine. Delightful. Yeah, pretty good. Not too bad. Alright, I guess we can get started. I'm going to turn on the Sega CD system. One moment. Got my earbuds. Put these earbuds in so I can hear. Alright, here we go. Sega. Sega. Sony ImageSoft. Cliffhanger. Cliffhanging again. Hey. No, John, no. It was weird to me. This guy's name is Sylvester. My name is Sylvester. It's me, Sylvester. Not gonna get me. Sylvester. Alright, we don't need to look at the demo mode. Although that does look very cool. Options. lives. The heck? All right, what is it better to have more lives or is it better to have more continues? I gotta really think about this. I guess it depends. Oh god. No, go back. Got my Charlie DVD delivered today. Always love the stickers and cards you send with your packages. Glad it arrived. 21 attempts. Yeah, this is 21 attempts. 5-5. Oh my god. This is 25 attempts. This is probably the optimal way to play, right? Depends on where you reset when you lose all your lives. Yeah. Yeah. Story.
I'm at the cases. Stand by.
Tango Tango standing by.
Those are the bad guys, right? Oh, they lost the money. No.
Crystal, what's the report?
All right. Well, that's the story of Cliffhanger. That's the story of Oh no. Let's Let's get started. Let's start the game. Send for
$1 million, the usual stuff.
These are villains.
Travers here was smart enough to bring along a tracking device.
Okay. All right, we're going. I mean, maybe not. Maybe we're not going. Yeah, we might not be going. Yeah, unfortunately, I think we're not going. I don't think we're going. I can zoom in though. You can get a good close look at this video quality. Yeah. All right, I'm going to restart the console and try this again. Hopefully, I can skip the cutscene, so I don't have to watch all of that again. Sorry, I forgot the volume. I forgot how high I had the volume up because the video was so low. Cliffhanger. Cliffhanger. Let's go to the options. Let's change that. Let's start Cliffhanger. Okay, good. Oh. What the heck? Alright, we're cliffhanging now, baby. Yeah, give me that knife. Knife hanging. Need to find the jacket before Gabe freezes. Yeah, I do need a jacket. Hey. Oh my god. Gabe's almost dead already. Cliffhanger! Oh no, Gabe! Wait, why does Gabe have 3 lives left? I thought I had 5 lives. Give a 0 life. Yeah, that must be it. Oh, I made some gnocchi today. I didn't actually make like fresh gnocchi. I just had packaged gnocchi that I made a sauce for. The sauce was made from scratch. I made it. Oh my god. They got me. Made a tomato and garlic and basil sauce. My god, they're really killing me. What is that? What's gnocchi? It's a type of like a little chewy potato dumpling. It's like a Italian food thing. See if I can find a picture. Here we go. Yeah, that's what it looks like. So the one I made looked kind of like this when it was done. But this is what like a gnocchi looks like. Stab, stab. Got him. Music's so intense. So cinematic. That's what happens in the movie. He just fights 1,000 guys in the snow. No! Yeah, I'll continue. Oh no, it's from the beginning. Okay, so it's definitely better to have more lives than continues. Ugh. Dang it. Come on, give me a break. Is 99 lives code available? Is it for this game? I only say that because there is other Cliffhanger games that are not this one. Is it the Sega CD Cliffhanger? Because if so, I would love 99 lives. Sega CD version stated on the site. How do you get the 99 lives? What do you gotta do? How do you get 99 lives? The title screen, take controller 2. Press left, right, start CA. Alright, you know what? I'm just gonna do that now, because I would love to play this game with 99 lives. That would be excellent. If you did this right, the words 99 continues will appear in the corner. Okay, so that's... Is this a 99 lives code? Or 99 continues code? Because those are very, very different. Well, I'm gonna enter it in and see, I suppose. For 99 lives. Up left CB, then A. Controller 2 in the title screen. I think I can do 99 lives and 99 continues. Is this the title screen? Up left CBA. Up left CPA. Aha! Yeah, I can do both. Excellent. Perfect. Okay. We're good. 99 lives and 99 continues. Excellent. It does say 8, but I think that's probably a display issue. That's fine. We're good. We got so many lives. There's also a cheat to view the ending. Yeah, I know a cheat to view the ending. You get the DVD. You fast forward. I don't think I need that cheat. Sylvester's best known role, of course, was as the Toy Maker in Spy Kids 3. Yeah. Spy Kids. I like the Spy Kids movies. Oh my god. Good films. Dang it. Right in a hole. I like that guy. It's like, I kicked Sylvester Stallone! Hooray! Just throws his hands up in the air. KJ Zana, thank you for the $5. Today, my father and I saw why can't I remember how this is pronounced? Matinee? Yeah, that's it. Matinee. I kept wanting to say manatee. Today, my father and I saw a matinee of the new Paul Thomas Anderson film, One Battle After Another. Easily my favorite film of the year so far. Glad you liked it. One battle after another. Was everyone's favorite Paul Thomas Anderson movie? What's everyone's favorite movie by filmmaker? Oh, it's the Dark Souls. Not as good as Spy Kids, I bet. I mean, how many movies are as good as Spy Kids? The Master. Yeah, that's a very good one. Oh, I gotta go up now. Hey. Boogie Nights. Ow. Can I really not attack them? I'm partial to Punch Drunk Love myself. Whatever. Oh, heck yeah. Here we... Oh. Okay. We should get going. Okay. We should get going again. No. Oh boy. No. No. Oh, God. Would you do any of this if you had the chance and the skill? This in particular? No. I don't have the inclination. I mean, like, if I had the, like a sporty nature, I would go snowboarding, sure. Absolutely. Not in these conditions, though. I don't know if these 99 lives are going to cut it. Remember, you're supposed to normally have 3, 5, or 7 lives. Oh my god. This is so punishing. How long do you think this level is? That was the end, I bet. Oh, I hope so. Nope. No, that was not the end. Nope. Can you jump? Oh my god, I can jump! Oh, Jesus. Alright. Sorry, this is not as hard as I was making it out to be. I did not realize I could jump. I realize how foolish I seem now. But hopefully we can all move past this and let me get on with my life. I understand how disappointed you all are in me, but you know. Hey, what can I say? Man, I'm still not doing great. I'm definitely doing better though. It's definitely easier when you can jump. I was just playing on hard mode because I'm a gamer. I'm a gamer and I love playing on hard mode. Oh yeah, the United States government might shut down. Might be a government shutdown. I didn't actually check the news in the last couple of hours, so I don't know if it has or has not. US government might shut down. One of the real sticking points is oh, here we go. Nice. Healthcare stuff. I mentioned earlier of an earlier stream. My health insurance might go up significantly. So there's a tax credit in the United States for health insurance that is expiring, and there's an attempt to get it to not expire. Health insurance premiums might go up by 400%. 400%. Yeah, I was looking into my insurance stuff, and my insurance, which is currently like $500, might end up being around $800 a month. All right, not $800, $1,800, $1,800 a month. 1,800. Again. So there's an attempt to make that not the case, but there's a big debate between the two main political parties in the United States. Just realized you have points. Yeah, I've got points. Went faster than you actually need to go. Yeah, I don't know how. So here's the thing. You don't move at all unless you're pushing the B button. And when you're not pushing the B button, you slow down. So actually, like, getting a mid-speed is extremely difficult. I wish I could just, like, have a, like, standard cruising speed that I can then increase and back off of, instead of having the two speeds be not moving or moving too fast. What I'm doing right now is only pushing the speed button down when I jump. Which it seems to be working. It seems to be giving me a sort of mid-speed. But I can hear the approaching. Oh my god. This is absurd. This is absurd. This game is absurd. We're at the beginning of the game, too. This game normally has 3 to 7 lives. Like, even getting through this without, like, losing your health is hard enough. Oh my god. No! Look at the scaling, though, so impressive. This looks pretty good on the Sega CD. I really like, I think this is a nice looking game, but... God, gosh Louise. Anyway, I really hope the health insurance thing tax credit stuff passes. Too much money. I don't even have particularly good health insurance. In the United States, health insurance marketplace plans. Health insurance marketplace plans are ranked bronze, silver, and gold. They're ranked based on the percentage of coverage that they offer. Like, when you end up having health problems, what percentage of the bill is, on average, is your plan going to cover? That's bronze, silver, and gold. What a bronze plan. The plan with the least amount of coverage in the health insurance marketplace. So for me and Scuffy, it's $511 a month. $511. Paying for health insurance doesn't even mean your expenses are covered. No, we've got like, oh my god, it's so complicated to even explain how this insurance works. There's things called donuts. There's all this nonsense. So you you joking me? No. The donut thing is absurd. My mom has to deal with that primarily because there's like different times that your insurance will or will not cover things depending on if you're inside or outside of the donut. Things will cost different amounts of money depending on how much money you've already spent. And it's not necessarily that they're going to cost less if you've spent more. There's like an amount you'll spend, and then a point where the insurance will stop covering it at all, which is the donut. And then there's a point where it'll start covering it again. Different states in the United States have entirely different, like, health insurance options, too. So, like, whatever plans that, you know, we got in Florida, you might have an entirely different set of plans in a different state. And your plan includes, like, networks. Meaning that you can go to a doctor and the doctor will be like, sorry, I'm not in your network. Your insurance is no good, is no good here. So, I'm on Blue Cross Blue Shield of Florida. And Blue Cross Blue Shield has Blue Select and Blue Options. I'm on Select, which means there's way fewer doctors who are in this network. If I was on Blue Options, there would be like 4 times as many doctors. So for me at Scuffy, it's $511 a month, but this is with the tax credits that are expiring. So this is with the tax credits, $511 a month. Last year, I ran a Kickstarter. And that Kickstarter, the income from that, pushed my income up over what it had been the previous year. And so when tax time came, I had to pay the tax credits back to the government, which was $11,000. Tax time came, and because I had made more money because of the Kickstarter, I did have to send $11,000 to the government to pay back the tax credits they had paid for the health insurance. Now, if this tax credit thing does not get renewed, then that means that, you know, even if I'm making my normal amount of money where I would have gotten the tax credits, I'm just going to owe those money those monies, like, by default. Those extra $11,000. Silver plan, pay about $175 per month. Well, the amount of tax credits that you get depends on your income, and the amount that your plan costs depends on your age. So for me and Scuffy, we're paying $511 for the bronze plan, the Florida Blue Select. The way the tax credits work is it's on a sliding scale. And the sliding scale doesn't work necessarily how you think it would work. For instance, imagine you do not make much money. There's something called the poverty line. And the poverty line is like a calculation of like this is the poverty level. This is like when the government considers that you live in poverty. If you make $1 a year less than the poverty line, you don't qualify for tax credits whatsoever. If you're at the poverty line minus $1, you get no tax credits. You get 0 tax credits. And then the tax credits start at the poverty line. And the more you make above the poverty line, the less tax credits you get, until a certain level at which the tax credits just go away entirely. Which is why when when the Kickstarter pushed my income to a higher level, it meant that I no longer qualified for the tax credits for that year. So hard. Reached a point where I don't pay for insurance. I'll take it if I have a job, but not otherwise. Yeah, it's so expensive. Just the insurance. And then the different plans will, like, they might not even really cover you in a way that you can even afford, even with the insurance. Oh god. Alright, let me pause this for a second because we're halfway through the stream. Like, I think my deductible is... I actually don't know what my planned deductible is. I'd have to look it up. It's some multi-thousands of dollars, so like... There's 2 levels of coverage where I'll get one level of coverage until I meet my deductible, and then there'll be a second level of coverage. And then there's a out-of-pocket maximum. And that's really the whole reason to have any of this insurance, because there is a an upper limit where, like, once you've paid enough money in 1 year for medical care, insurance will just start covering all of it. But that amount is usually pretty high. It's like for our plan, I think it's like $12,000 or something. So it's like, all right, if you've paid $12,000 for health insurance, then we'll cover 100% of it, as long as it's in network. If it's out of network, there's an entirely different number that you have to reach. Basically end up setting all your appointments in the last 3 months of the year. Yeah, for people who end up like having very expensive medications or other stuff, it's like, you know, you put off a lot of stuff until the end of the year because you might you might be able to get it covered if you've already paid enough money during the year. Hit that with one ER visit and hospital stay with surgery. Yeah, when Scuffy had their ER visit, that completely, like, that reached our out-of-pocket maximum for the year. And so it was like, the rest of the year, like, all their medication was free and all that other stuff. Because it was just like, yeah, we paid a ton of money at the ER. At the ER, and everything else is free. Because we already emptied our bank account for a medical emergency with insurance. But yeah, one of the main reasons there's like government shutdown stuff looming now is because of a fight to make this even worse, to make the situation even more untenable. Alright, we are halfway through the stream. We've got a couple of birthdays to celebrate. Couple of birthdays. First up, it's Bree. Happy birthday, Bree. Let's see what the machine's got to say to Bree. Bree, birthday machine says thank you. Calculating data, here we go. Data's been calculated. Let's fill out your birth fate card. What is your luck number for the year? It could be one of an assortment of numbers. 36. How about your letter? Interesting. Yeah, I like it. How's the weather? Rainy. Any of this hatch an egg? No. Got a joke. Birthday machine has written a joke just for you, Bree. Here's your joke. You'll never guess, but who did the small architect study the blade for the silver dragon? Hey, who did the small architect study the blade for the silver dragon? Let us find the best of us lost, and then the true joke was about the road itself. Ha. Oh, we got a birthday secret. The architect of the world below, and the news will be bad. Yes, of course. Birthday machine has looked to the stars, determined that your friend constellation Y, it's the Golden Librarian. Enemy star, Tau Dawn, number 2154. Has there been a cosmic event? Let's look at the data. Let's look at the charts. No. Gather round, everyone. It's time to sing. But to whom? To Bree, of course. Join me if you can. Birthday crystals for Bree. Birthday here right now, Bree. The hatch of the soft egg. The wind has found Bree. We must never find Bree. Friendly light upon Bree. Your face hides a secret. The blood gulls in bloom. Wonderful. Finally, we have a one-of-a-kind work of art created by the machine just for you, Bree. Here it is, your one-of-a-kind work of art. My goodness, look at this. What a piece. Unbelievable. What does it mean? Oh no, there's the dreaded donut. Well, happy birthday, Bree. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful birthday. And many more. All right. We've got another birthday. It's Phil. Happy birthday, Phil. Let's see what the machine's got to say to Phil. Sure does. Calculating data for, of course, a Phil. Data's been calculated. Let's fill out your birth fate card. What is your luck number for the year? It could be one of an assortment of numbers. 267. How about your letter? Oh, a very sneaky letter. How's the weather looking? That orb. Any of this hatch and egg? No. Got a poem. Birthday Machine has written a poem just for you. Here's your poem, Phil. A hilarious fox. Shock. We involve the snowflake. Shock. The hagfish survives the stone. Shock. Survives the stone. Survives. Birthday Machine has looked to the stars, determined that your friend constellation is the beautiful artisan. Enemy star, Beta Leo, number 7519. Has there been a cosmic event? Let's look at the data. You know what? Let's look at them charts. No. Gather round, everyone. It's time to sing. To whom? Phil, of course. Join me, if you can. Happy birthday to Phil. Let us jump up for Phil. It will not continue. The light of our Phil. Find the birthday swan, Phil. There are evil eggs, Phil. We must find the moonlight. The gang is all here. Unbelievable. Finally, we have a one-of-a-kind work of art created by the machine just for you, Phil. Here it is, your one-of-a-kind work of art. Glorious. Beautiful. Happy birthday, Phil. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful birthday. And many more. I went to college with someone named Phil. I know it's not an uncommon name. Many people probably know a Phil. But I just want you to know I did go to college with a Phil. I don't think it was you. I don't think you're the Phil I went to college with. You don't know a Phil. I made a video, I just kind of filmed him. And I made a video called The Phil Show. About Phil. You could imagine it as a precursor to Nick the Feature Film. Not really. It's not really the same vibe. Went to college with this guy. His name was Phil. He had red hair. His name was Phil. What how Phil's doing? I know he got married. I think he has a child or many children. Who knows? Oh, time zone in East Coast. Eastern. No. I don't call him red-haired Phil. No, I didn't call him red-haired Phil. I just called him Phil. Let me tell you the strangest thing about Phil. When I was in college, we all referred to each other by our last names for some reason. Everyone called me Steele. I called everyone else by their last names, but nobody called Phil by his last name. Everyone could just call him Phil. It's a fun name to say, I guess so. Go to college at Full Sail. I did go to Full Sail, yes. Full Sail. Wouldn't necessarily recommend it. I do think it's a bit of a scam, but, you know, it was the right scam for me at the time. A complicated relationship with Full Sail. Because on the one hand, there's like a logical side of my mind that's like, you know, this is absolutely a system built to churn people in and out as quickly as possible. You looked at like the staff parking lot and the executives there, they all got like Porsche 911s and stuff. It's like they're making so much money, it's absolutely like a profit-driven industry. But also, what I really needed from a college experience at the time was to just be doing film stuff 24/7. And they make you do it basically 24/7 at Full Sail. So, being like surrounded by people who by this school was forced to be doing film stuff all day, every day. It was the environment I really wanted to be in at the time. Like, by the end, you know, you start out with like 30-something class hours a week. And by the end, you're doing like 70 class hours a week. It's absurd. But, you know, that's what I wanted to do. I cannot believe this is how this game is. Graduated in 2011. Yeah, I graduated in 2004. Yeah, I went there before they changed to Full Sail University. I forgot what it was called before that. It was Full Sail Real World Education. And then they become a accredited university, at which point it became Full Sail University. What did you go for? What was your area of study at Full Sail? I don't think I can beat this level. I just think it's not going to happen. Film production. Nice. Yeah. I wonder how film production has changed over the years. When I went there, it already felt a little bit out of date that they were, like, so much of the classes were dedicated to 16 millimeter and 35 millimeter film production. No brakes or speed control. There's one button that makes you go fast. If you don't push that button, you stop. So technically, yes, but it doesn't work how you would expect it to. It's very hard to not go super fast or extremely slow. I don't have darkroom photography anymore. It was the second to last class to use it. I don't have darkroom photography. That sucks. I mean, I guess that was kind of out of date also, but it was a nice class. I liked it. I wonder what they've added. To be honest, the class that's helped me the most in my own career was just the entertainment law class. Entertainment law ended up being a thing that prevented me from getting and taken advantage of numerous times in my career. Was HD production. Yeah, they didn't have that when I went. They did have digital film production, but it was SD. SD. My 35 millimeter film teacher was a bit of a, I don't know. I don't think I had learned much from him. He wasn't very good. His main thing that he made sure to beat into us as often as possible was when you're shooting on film, you can't zoom in. You're not allowed to zoom if you're using film. Film is for video. It's not for zoom is for video. It's not for film. If you're shooting on film, you cannot zoom. Is it Neil House? I don't recognize that name, so maybe not. I don't remember much about the guy. Just he hated the idea of zooming in when shooting film. Don't do it. Why though? He just had a bunch of weird rules that he thought was like how movies should be made. And he didn't teach them as like things to, like, here are basic rules, like the 180 rule, where when you're switching shots between characters, you don't want to cross the 180 line, stuff like that. It isn't like rules where you need to understand why the rules exist if you want to break them, that sort of thing. He just had a bunch of biases that he presented as truth about cinema. And what's really funny is I think the movie Kill Bill came out while I was when did Kill Bill come out? 1 second. Yeah, Kill Bill came out in theaters while I was taking his class. And I remember going from the class where he was ranting about how you are not allowed to zoom in while shooting on film. And that's a movie shot on film that's constantly zooming in. It just will not stop zooming in. That movie's 99% zooms. This is so rough. No. Why is this so long? Why is this level so long? I was walking to class one day. I've told this story before. I was walking to class one day and I saw a little bird on the sidewalk, just a little bird hopping along on the sidewalk next to some bushes. I was like, oh, it's a little cute little bird. And a squirrel jumped out from the bushes and tackled the bird, slammed it to the ground, started going crazy, eating its face. It just ate its face. I just watched the squirrel eat this poor bird's face. Rabies. It was probably rabies, yeah. It was a very strange experience. I went to my next class and tried to tell people, hey, I just saw a squirrel eat a bird's face. They're like, what are you talking about? That's why Jason's a long-standing Foamy squirrel hater. No, my Foamy the Squirrel stuff was way before I saw this. Spatula Madness, one of your student projects. Well, it was a photography project. So I did a photo series of spatulas. And then, I don't know if they still did this when you were... There was like, at graduation, they had like the little theater. They would play your student projects in. But then they would also let people bring projects that they made themselves over the course of the year, like personal projects. And so I ended up making a short called Spatula Madness, which was just a parody of all of the other student films that were made during that year. Did you have a movie poster for a film you did in the film building? Oh, maybe. I don't know. I made a poster for one of the movies, but I don't know if they have it up in the film building. How did that go? I mean, it went well in the sense that people thought it was very funny. But there was definitely a handful of people who did not like it. So, vague memory of seeing her name on a poster. It might have been Bloodlust and Sock Puppets. The way things went at that school at the time, and I don't know if it still goes, it went like this, is at some point you had a screenwriting class. And in the screenwriting class, everyone would write a screenplay. Everyone would write a screenplay, and there would be, like, votes. No, okay, I gotta start from a different place. You wouldn't be able to write a screenplay based on anything you wanted. Instead, students would submit pitches. Alright, so you would start by pitching screenplays. You would create a pitch, and then people in class would vote on what pitches that they liked the most. And then everyone in class would select from a handful of the top pitches and write a screenplay based on that. So the pitch that I did, which did not get selected, was a very, like, early Jason sort of pitch, which was, hey, what if God and the devil got stuck in an elevator together? What if God and the devil got stuck in an elevator? What if God and the devil were stuck in an elevator? That was my pitch. There was more to it than that, but it wasn't a great concept. But the concepts that got they kiss, I bet. They definitely kiss. The ones that got picked were a story about a vampire named Atreus, a story about a someone in the military, someone in the army, who gets a Dear John letter and kills himself. And then multiple pitches about people in the priesthood who are having a crisis of faith. So multiple separate independent pitches about people in the priesthood having a crisis of faith. So in our screenplay class, we had to then pick one of these concepts. There were 5 concepts, and we had to pick from one of the 5. The vampire one, the military guy killing himself one, or the multiple priests having a crisis of faith. And then I think there was another one too. I think there was another pitch, but I'm forgetting what the heck that was. Oh yeah, okay. So there was one other pitch, which was, what if a guy had a 3-way with 2 hot chicks? a whole concept. Hey, what if this guy? What if he ended up having a 3-way with 2 hot babes? Anyway, so then in screenwriting class, we had to pick one of these and write a screenplay based on it. Now, I did not think any of these ideas were particularly interesting, so I just went with a vampire one and just did a wacky version of a very serious story. The story was about a guy who, like, the concept that we were working from was, there's a guy who's worried his wife is cheating on him, and it turns out she's been turned into a vampire by this vampire lord Atreus. And so I just did a wacky version of that called Bloodlust and Sock Puppets. And then, as the year went on, in our digital film class, the students voted on one screenplay that we would film. And they went with the 3-way one. They went with someone's script for what if a guy had a 3-way. And so our digital film production class, our project was 3 ways to 2. And then in 16 millimeter, we were split up into 3 groups, and each group selected a script that would then be filmed. And I think there were 2 priest movies and 1 movie, which is the one I ended up being on, about the military guy who kills himself. Now, this is not the project I wanted to work on, but I had a friend named Andrew who had done that pitch. And he really wanted me on his team. And as an upside to this, he really wanted to give us the, he was a big military guy. And he wanted to give us the inside scoop on how it would feel to be in a tank in the military. And he had some buddies at a military museum or something where they had a working tank, and he brought us to this place, and we rode around in a tank for like half the day. So that was nice. Cool riding around in a tank. The filming for this was deeply weird, and I'll tell you why. So, in the story, there's a guy, there's flashbacks to his life with his girlfriend. I think it was a girlfriend. I don't think it was his wife. Maybe it was his wife. Flashbacks to them being in love. And then, you know, current day, him in a tank, where he gets this letter where she's broken up with him. And Full Sail runs like casting sessions. So like local actors will come and audition to be parts of these projects. They're not paid, as far as I know. These actors are not paid to be on Full Sail productions. But, you know, Full Sail offers food. And also gives them a copy of the film when it's released that they can put in, like, their demo reel. So a lot of, like, local actors would take on Full Sail projects entirely to get like demo reel stuff, because, you know, there's sets built, professional film equipment. It's entirely so that they can build up their acting reel. Local actors do the three-way scene for a bunch of students and not get paid. So for the digital productions thing, it was all classmates acting in it. It was all just us acting in the thing. It wasn't until 16mm and 35mm that we got local actors. And the guy who we ended up casting, for the lead dude, ended up sexually harassing the lead woman, who was his girlfriend in the thing, and we had to dramatically change the way that things were shot, so that she no longer had to be on set with him. Because he was a huge creep. She was a lovely person. Very sorry she had to deal with this dude. Just to get stuff for a demo reel. Yeah, what ended up happening was we had a scene where they were like having a conversation. They were like laying in bed having a conversation, and he just decided to improvise kissing her. This was not in the script. This was not supposed to happen. He was just like, I just felt I should be kissing her. And so he did that. And we were like, all right, we can't continue doing this. This is inappropriate. This is no good. And this was like their very first scene together. And so the class then had to figure out how to get this movie to work with them not being able to be filmed together, even though all the flashbacks were supposed to be them interacting with each other. Kissing in a three-way, I quit. This is a different project. This is the military project. What were your set positions for your projects? Well, for the 16mm projects, we're constantly switching positions. Like for 16mm, everyone had every job. Like just different filming days, you would have a different thing that you would do, so you would end up running the gamut. By the time we got to 35mm, people had a better understanding of what they wanted to do. And so you ended up having specific positions on the projects, and my position ended up being director. And the project that I was a director on was also one of the scripts that I wrote, which was Bloodlust and Sock Puppets. The other projects on 35mm was, I think it was 2 more Priest movies. I think it was literally 2 more Priest films. There were so many of them. I don't know why they cared so much about this concept. Why so many Priest films? That's a good question. I have... Yeah, here we go. You still have your 35mm film. Yeah, I've got it somewhere. I also have... So I made a Spatula Mandus. The very first Spatula Mandus thing that I ever made was specifically making fun of those student films. And, it opens just with the Matrix Reloaded parody. You know where all the Agent Smiths show up? I just did that, but with priests.
Hello? Hello? Is anyone here? I'm looking for a priest.
I'm a priest.
Oh, perfect. Look, I need to...
I'm a priest as well.
Huh. Okay, well,
As am I, and I. We are all priests.
wow, that's a lot of priests.
Without the priesthood, we would not exist. It's the priesthood that created us. The priesthood that connects us. It's the priesthood that pulls us, that guides us, that drives us. It's the priesthood that defines us. It's the priesthood that binds us. We are here because you need us, Mr. Spatula, and because we want to ask you a simple question, Mr. Spatula, a question in which we hope you will answer with
Anyways,
honesty.
The video itself wasn't very good, but... you know. I wanted to goof on all the Priest films. I just thought there was too many Priest projects during our class. they'll ever do alumni spotlight on you or anything like that. I don't think so. I think a lot of that stuff you gotta contact them for. Like, I think a lot of it's like self-promotions. You're like, hey, this is what I'm doing. Spotlight me. I've never really had any interest in that. At some point I gotta run out of these 99 lives, huh? My friends and I won a $75,000 video contest while we were students. School had us on the website forever. Oh, nice! Yeah, soon after I graduated, I entered this contest. It was called the Cadillac Under 5... The Cadillac Under 5 contest, where you had to make a 5-second movie, and then the winner, they would play that 5 seconds during a Super Bowl ad, and the winner would also get like this Cadillac. But I did not win, but I did get the runner-up prize. I was one of the runner-up winners, which meant I got a all-expenses-paid trip to Los Angeles to see the movie Be Cool with the director. I got to see the movie Be Cool, the sequel to Get Shorty. See, I went to got flown to Los Angeles, stayed at the Mandarin Hotel. Cuba Gooding Jr. was checking in ahead of us. That go well? Yeah, well, pretty well. We just awkwardly watched the movie with the director there. He took some questions. I didn't ask him any questions. I didn't really have anything to ask. I mean, he's a decent director. He did like I think he did Italian Job, like the modern one. The movie was fine. That was the big like acting debut for Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. But I got to stay in Los Angeles for a week at a nice hotel. The hotel tried to scam me, but that's alright. It was a very expensive hotel, which we weren't paying for. But, you know, obviously if you used room service, you would have to pay for it. And when we checked in, we noticed, I went there with my friend Matt. And we noticed, hey, the minibar, someone really used a whole bunch of minibar stuff. Someone really went buck wild on this minibar. And I called the front desk and told them that someone had, like, the minibar was all used up. And they came in and they filled it all up. But then when we were checking out, they were like, so here's your bill for $450 for the mini bar. It's like, no, we did not We did not use the minibar. I didn't touch it. I do not think they believed me, even though I had immediately reported it. They definitely acted like they didn't believe me. But I did not pay. It's another story I've told multiple times on stream, but because it's from that exact same trip. While I was in Los Angeles, I decided to look up one of the Adult Swim studios that was running out of Los Angeles. It was Tim and Eric's production company. They were making this show called Tom Goes to the Mayor. And I liked Tom Goes to the Mayor. And so I looked up the address of their Los Angeles studio, and we decided, hey, let's go and find where Tom Goes to the Mayor is made. And we went to the address, and the door was open to the studio. The door was just open. And so we walked in and went up the stairs to the floor where Tom Goes to the Mayor was made. And we walk in as a bunch of people on computers are animating Tom Goes to the Mayor. And this guy comes out who's clearly like a producer there or something, and he's like, hey, can I help you? And I was like, oh, we were just in Los Angeles and wanted to stop in. And he was like, okay, do you know anyone here? Which is a completely reasonable question to these people who have shown up at your studio. And I very honestly said, no. And right at that moment, Tim Heidecker comes out. And the guy looks over, sees Tim, and is like, hey, these people, they like Tom Goes to the Mayor, and they're here. Clearly wanting to kick us out as soon as possible. But Tim Heidecker gets this, like, extremely friendly look on his face. And he's like, oh, great, let me show you around. And he takes us around and shows us all the production stuff, everything that they do there. He just gives us a full tour of the Tom Goes to the Mayor office. We see Eric. Eric does not look up. Eric does not greet us. Eric does not say hello. And Tim just like gives us the full thing. He asked me, why you in Los Angeles? And I explained that I won this Cadillac 5-second film contest. And he was like, oh, can I see your 5-second film? And so I show it to him. It's a spatula thing. I show him the 5-second thing, and he was like, that was great, let's watch it again. We watched the 5-second spatula thing a second time, and he was like, I can see why you won. And then he hands us all this huge pile of hats off to you and rats off to you shirts. Things from a Tom Goes to the Mayor episode. He just gives us like 12.5 shirts. This massive pile of hats off to you and rats off to you shirts, and sends us on our way. Tim Heidecker, everyone. Now, you know, I'm at a very different position in my life right now. I am simply not the sort of person who would sneak into a production facility just to see how things work. I have an understanding of the weirdness of that. I do not want to make people uncomfortable. So I would not do that now. But I am glad that I had done that then, because otherwise I would never have known what a weirdly kind person Tim Heidecker was in a very awkward situation. This account is sneaking if the doors are already open. It was like we didn't break into the place. To be fair, awkward situations are his bread and butter. Yeah. I mean, there's definitely a difference between like art and real life, but yeah. Tim Heidecker. Well, we didn't get past this level. We're at the end of the stream. This is not a very good game. It's too hard. This is too difficult. I believe in you. This is the run. No, we're giving up. I just don't have what it takes to beat Cliffhanger on the Sega CD, or even get to the third level. You see, On Cinema. Yeah, I love On Cinema. On Cinema is one of my favorite pieces of art. I genuinely think like one of the greatest pieces of media in the past decade is the On Cinema trial, the trial of Tim Heidecker. All right, we're done. For anyone who doesn't know, On Cinema at the Cinema is a online series. Stars Tim Heidecker and Greg Turkington, and it's like a film review show. They review movies. They review movies, but that doesn't really tell you what On Cinema at the Cinema is about, because Tim Heidecker things spiral a little bit. The trial of Tim Heidecker is because Tim ends up putting on a sort of like fire festival sort of thing that goes extremely wrong, and a teenager gets killed. I think it was a teenager, and he ends up getting on trial for manslaughter or murder, and they film this extremely accurate, like legally accurate trial of Tim Heidecker. 20 counts of murder. That was it. 20. It was 20 teenagers. That's 20 teenagers. 20 counts of murder. God. But yeah, the whole thing is like it's filmed extremely like straight. It's
At this time, the court calls the people of the state of California versus Timothy Richard Heidecker, case number 02CF025. Will the parties please state their appearances for the record?
Good morning, Your Honor. Vincent Rossetti, representing the people of the state of California. I'm the district attorney for San Bernardino County.
and there is so much of this. There's so much of this trial. It goes on for so long. There's so much trial. It's so well scripted. It's so well put together. And it's so funny. My favorite thing with On Cinema at the Cinema is every season seeing what kind of like terrible dude Tim Heidecker looks like. Because he looks like an entirely different type of terrible dude each time. Let me find some of his I found a couple here. Found a couple. Yeah, so he looks like this sometimes. Sometimes he looks like this. 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 It's just a new look every season. Greg is great too. Yeah, I'm really playing up Tim Heidecker here, but Greg Turkington is how do I describe Greg Turkington? Greg Turkington is like the perfect foil for Tim Heidecker, because Greg Turkington is someone who, like his character on Cinema at the Cinema, deeply loves movies. Tim Heidecker just does not care about anything. Greg Turkington deeply loves movies, but in the most boring possible way. He loves movies in the least interesting way possible. Malphazar, thank you for the $2. Oh, I missed your previous one. Malphazar, thank you for the $5. Jason, if I'm in Orlando, sneaking into your house demanding a tour and shirts and to watch a short film I filmed in high school about a bucket of lard. Of course. Yeah, just break right in. Malphazar, thank you for the $2. I'm kidding, of course, never going back to Florida. Stay away. He knows nothing about filmmaking at all and has no taste. Yeah. I love their Oscar specials every year, too. Alright. Okay, yeah, we're done. We're done, that's it. Special thanks to the FilmCow Patreon supporters. Greatly appreciate the support. I still haven't watched the last Oscar special. I haven't caught up on this year's on Cinema, at the Cinema. Maybe now's the time. Be back tomorrow continuing Super Mario Brothers on the Super Nintendo. Super Mario Brothers on the Super Nintendo. Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing more of that. We might beat it. We might beat it tomorrow. I guess that's it. I guess we're done. Gonna start on Cinema at the Cinema. Nice. I want to rewatch Decker versus Dracula. I want to rewatch Greg Turkington's Decker versus Dracula. Maybe I'll do that tonight. Maybe that's what I'm doing tonight. Have a great night, everyone. Great morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. Have a good one. Farewell, everyone. I love you all.